Hi, welcome to my action research presentation. This action research proposal is focused on determining how I can further improve my pedagogical practice and student engagement through project-based learning. The following research is conducted in a primary school located in the southwest region of Sydney. It is a low socioeconomic multicultural government school and has approximately 304 students in total, with an almost equal ratio of males to females, and over 38% of the total number of students being ESL learners. The teachers have collaborated and explored the different ways to identify the fundamental characteristics of an effective lifelong learner and have embedded this profile into their learning culture in all classrooms across all stages. These qualities include being adaptable, challenged, collaborative, problem solver, and reflective. The school is technologically driven, providing all students with access to interactive whiteboards and laptops, which minimizes the pressure and stress on families. This is integrated with a focus on active learning through project-based learning experiences. This research will be practiced in a Stage 3 open classroom of approximately 40 socially, culturally, and intellectually diverse students with a wide range of learning abilities. The classroom setting is comfortable and flexible to cater for students with particular needs such as cushions, lounges, desks, and even beanbags. The two classroom teachers effectively incorporate the use of technology through their teaching experiences, ensuring that opportunities for active learning through project-based learning is provided. Although most students were competent in the key learning areas of science and technology, some students, particularly the ESL students, were experiencing difficulties when trying to adopt or understand a particular concept or gather the necessary information needed as a tool when decision making, and therefore minimize their engagement in the lesson. So this leads me to the following question. How can I further improve my pedagogical practice and student engagement through project-based learning, specializing in the key learning area of science and technology? I strongly believe that my pedagogy in active learning through project-based learning is an effective method to really engage students in learning experiences. Rochelle Dean Poth states that project-based learning has proven to be one of the most effective ways to engage students and provide a practical application for what they're learning. Project-based learning is an active and practical approach to learning and provides opportunities that teach a multitude of strategies critical for success in the 21st century. Just a few advantages of project-based learning. Students become active drivers of their educational experience instead of simply passive receivers of knowledge. They also use real-life experiences to validate what they learn. It enhances problem-solving skills, critical thinking, and ICT skills. It also develops a wide variety of 21st century skills, and it helps students to work collaboratively to research and create projects that reflect their knowledge. Based on the science and technology syllabus outcomes, students are expected to conduct scientific investigations to gather and analyze data in order to communicate results and decisions. The most effective approach for this kind of activity is through project-based learning. Students are able to physically explore and investigate ideas in order to collect the necessary data needed to form a conclusion. Through experience, I have corroborated the theory of project-based learning and how it successfully engages students and motivates them to complete tasks and achieve quality learning goals or outcomes. It is also significantly effective for those visual learners and/or ESL students. Moving on to relevant learning experiences that relate to the pedagogy in active learning through project-based learning, I have created these 3 learning experiences that are interconnected and will need to be completed over the duration of 2 weeks. With a specialization in science and technology, students are given the opportunity to guide their own learning and do their own research in order to gather relevant information to complete the project. The highlight of these experiences is that they are reliant on PBL strategies to reach a particular outcome. In this experience, students are learning to identify and describe planets in the solar system. This experience is heavily reliant on active learning through a project-based approach. Moving on to learning experience 2, students will be able to use the data that they have collected through their project-based learning and their research, and they will be able to use it in the next activity, whilst creating a poster. Students have the ability to collaborate and share findings with one another, which further develops their social and collaborative skills. Students are also given the opportunity to use a wide range of tools to help with their research. For instance, they have the choice to browse the internet using their laptops, or they can find a relevant informative book in the library to base their project on. Students will have the power to be active learners and make decisions on how they want to complete these projects. One benefit of this research project is that students will be able to enhance their 21st century skills. These learning experiences maximize the students' level of engagement as it meets the significant elements presented in the MEE framework, whilst being high cognitive, high effective, and high operative. Jeff Munn states that engagement is when the cognitive, the effective, and the operative are occurring together at high levels. After the first lesson on solar system is complete, I will collect the notes created by each group as a hard copy. If the students decided to create their notes using their laptop, then I will ask them to upload a copy onto Google Classroom. After the second lesson is complete, I will collect the students' posters after they have finished presenting them to the class, and I will hang them up on the wall for the students to have visual access to at all times, while completing the unit of work over the term. This strategy allows the students to provide their feedback on other posters and to receive feedbacks on their own. They will also be able to self-reflect on what they have created. At the end of the third experience, I will collect all projects and present them as a whole class collaboration. Throughout all learning experiences, I will closely monitor and observe students' collaboration, decision-making, and research techniques in order to identify students' strengths and challenges. The markers of engagement will be dependent on the student data collected and will assist in monitoring the consistency of engagement amongst all students. This will also allow me to identify the advantages and disadvantages of my pedagogy approach throughout these learning experiences. Through this action research, it is quite evident that student engagement within 21st century education is such a significant aspect when applying effective classroom pedagogy and achieving all learning goals. Although project-based learning is a great approach in allowing students to go and guide their own learning, it may not suit the learning needs of particular students and therefore requires the need for me as a teacher to meet the quality standards for teaching and really get to know my students and how they learn best. This approach will allow me to successfully improve and advance my teaching pedagogical strategies. Implementing action research has a variety of potential implications for my professional development. However, I have the opportunity to improve my teaching pedagogy and practice through self-reflection and the reliance on the professional standards for teachers. I have the ability to improve on particular standards and focus areas by regularly monitoring my performance and seeking constructive feedback from supervisors and teachers. Also, getting to know my students on a deeper level in order to implement strategies that will suit their learning needs will significantly help me improve on my focus areas 1.2 and 1.5 of the standards for teachers.